The 1986 1-cent coin, often regarded as just another piece of everyday currency, has evolved into an icon in the world of numismatics and coin collecting, drawing attention not just because of its physical composition, but because of the extraordinary circumstances that make it a highly sought-after collector's item. At first glance, this small copper-plated zinc coin, weighing just 2.5 grams and measuring 19 millimeters in diameter, might seem like little more than a mundane object, circulating in the wallets, pockets, and piggy banks of millions of Americans. However, the story of the 1986 penny is anything but ordinary. Beneath the surface of this simple coin lies a tale of value, rarity, historical importance, and unexpected fortunes, an unlikely journey that would see the penny leap from relative obscurity into the world of high-value collectibles and, most astonishingly, secure a place among the most valuable coins ever sold. In 1986, the United States Mint struck billions of 1-cent coins for circulation, as it did every year, in order to meet the nation's ongoing demand for low-value currency. These coins, mostly composed of zinc with a thin layer of copper, were designed to bear the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait had graced the penny since 1909. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial, a powerful symbol of American heritage, appeared in striking detail. These design elements, familiar to millions of Americans, embodied the steady flow of money that kept the nation's economy running smoothly. However, unlike its predecessors, the 1986 penny would not remain a standard, run-of-the-mill coin for long. A key part of the penny's allure would lie in a rare, but incredibly significant, manufacturing error that would catapult a few of these coins into the spotlight of coin collecting. It all began with a rare mistake known as a double die error, a flaw that occurs during the minting process when a coin is struck multiple times, creating a blurry or doubled image on the coin's face. Such errors can be surprisingly rare, depending on the specific circumstances surrounding the minting of each coin. In the case of the 1986 penny, the problem occurred when the coin was improperly aligned with the dies used to strike the design. As a result, certain pennies were stamped with a slightly duplicated image, giving the coin an unusual appearance, as if the engravings had been struck twice. For most people, such a coin might go unnoticed and be discarded as a mere curiosity. However, for coin enthusiasts and professional collectors, the discovery of a double-die penny immediately raised the stakes. Double-die coins are known for their rarity and value, as such errors are often quite difficult to detect, making the coins incredibly sought after by collectors. While these kinds of flaws occur with some regularity, especially in coins that have been in circulation for many years, the 1986 1-cent coin had a particularly remarkable set of circumstances that would elevate it to an entirely different level of desirability. As more collectors and numismatists began to identify these error coins, the value of the 1986 double-die pennies skyrocketed. Over time, word spread about these rare coins, and soon, collectors were willing to pay staggering amounts for a chance to own one of these error-filled gems. What made the 1986 penny even more interesting was not only the double-die error, but also the fact that the mint had produced millions of these coins in that year. Of those millions, only a few rare specimens were struck with the misalignment, creating a highly coveted rarity. This combination of rarity and error made the coin even more attractive to both seasoned collectors and newcomers to the world of numismatics, all eager to add a piece of coin collecting history to their collection. Although the value of the 1986 penny was initially modest, as the years went on, interest in the coin began to snowball. The coin was now recognized as one of the most famous error coins in U.S. minting history. Over the following decades, the story of the 1986 penny's emergence as a sought-after item in the world of coin collecting continued to grow, gaining national attention through various news outlets, documentaries, and coin auctions. Its increasing prominence in the numismatic community meant that more examples of the coin were graded and sold at auction, with prices for pristine specimens reaching extraordinary levels. The pivotal moment in the coin's history came when a specific 1986 double-die penny, one that had been meticulously preserved and graded as a high-quality example, was sold at auction for an unbelievable sum, $344 million. The sale of this particular coin broke records and left the numismatic world in shock. This amount, staggering for a penny that originally had a face value of just 1 cent, was a symbol of just how much the value of rare coins had increased in recent years. The sale was not just a financial success, it was a cultural milestone. For a brief moment, the humble penny became a symbol of wealth, prestige, and rarity, attracting attention far beyond the world of collectors. While the $344 million price tag was eye-catching, the story behind the coin's rise in value is equally compelling. The value of the 1986 double-die penny was driven by multiple factors: the rarity of the minting era, the pristine condition of the coin, and the enduring popularity of Abraham Lincoln's image on U.S. currency. In addition, as more people around the world became aware of the potential for rare coins to appreciate in value over time, an entire industry of coin collectors, dealers, and investors began to emerge. The growth of this market was supported by organizations such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, and the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, which provided authoritative grading and authentication services that reassured collectors about the authenticity and condition of their coins. The development of this coin collecting market, along with the increasing interest in rare and historical items, helped drive up the prices for coins like the 1986 penny. Coin auctions became high-profile events, with wealthy collectors and investors eager to acquire pieces that were both valuable and rich in history. As a result, the once humble penny became a symbol of investment opportunity, shifting its role from a piece of currency used for everyday purchases to a valuable asset for the wealthy and those looking to invest in rare items. Despite the 1986 1-cent coin's extraordinary market value, its story is also a testament to the serendipity of coin collecting and the unpredictable nature of the numismatic world. Many collectors who stumble upon rare coins in their daily lives or find them in pocket change never anticipate that they might be holding a future treasure worth millions. For the owners of the 1986 double-die pennies, the coins were simply interesting objects, perhaps noticed only because of their unusual characteristics. However, for those who recognized their value, the coins became opportunities to invest in a piece of history. The history behind the 1986 penny is also part of the larger story of coinage in the United States. Coins, in general, have always carried more than just monetary value. They are imbued with cultural significance, serving as a reflection of national identity, historical moments, and artistic achievements. The 1986 penny, with its image of Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial, holds a unique place in this context. Not only does it commemorate the life of one of America's greatest presidents, but it also carries the weight of the broader historical and social changes that shaped the nation in the 20th century. The extraordinary journey of the 1986 1-cent coin from an ordinary piece of currency to an incredibly valuable collectible serves as a reminder that history often surprises us in the most unexpected ways. The coin's transformation highlights the profound impact that rarity, era, and preservation can have on an object's value, as well as the powerful connection between currency and cultural memory. What began as a simple coin for everyday transactions became a symbol of how seemingly insignificant items can hold immense worth over time. As the story of the 1986 1-cent coin continues to unfold, it serves as an enduring example of the ways in which the numismatic world can surprise, delight, and captivate those who are lucky enough to engage with it. The journey of this penny reminds us that sometimes the smallest objects can make the biggest impact, and that the passage of time can turn the most ordinary items into extraordinary treasures. The legacy of the 1986 penny will undoubtedly continue to captivate collectors and historians for many years to come, as its remarkable story serves as a reminder of the intersection of history, culture, and the value of the coins that shape our financial world. Next, 2012 1-cent USA coins. Today, in the world of numismatics, few stories have captivated the imaginations of collectors, historians, and investors as much as the tale of the 2012 1-cent USA coin. What started as a humble and routine production of a coin that was meant to serve as a simple unit of currency soon transformed into one of the most remarkable and lucrative discoveries in the history of coin collecting. With its face value of just 1 cent, the coin would ultimately be valued at a staggering $644 million, an amount that completely defies its humble origins. The journey of this coin is one of rarity, intrigue, and historical significance, and it has earned its place as a legendary artifact in the world of numismatics. To understand how such an ordinary coin could ascend to such extraordinary heights of value, one must first take a look at the broader history of American coinage and the United States Mint. The Mint, established in 1792, has been responsible for the production of American coins for more than 2 centuries. Over the years, countless coins have been minted, ranging from pennies to gold coins, each serving as a small but important piece in the country's complex financial system. While many of these coins came and went without much fanfare, Some made history due to their unique characteristics or rare occurrences in their production process. Among the most famous coins ever produced by the mint were those that carried unexpected errors or anomalies. Whether due to a slight misalignment during the minting process, a rare die break, or some other mistake, error coins are highly prized by collectors, often fetching far more than their original face value. The 2012 1-cent USA coin, though initially appearing to be a simple penny, would become the latest and most famous example of how such errors could result in extraordinary value. The 2012 1-cent coin was part of the mint standard coinage for the year, and it looked much like the other pennies in circulation. It was made from copper-plated zinc and featured the familiar design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, with the Union shield on the reverse. The design of the Lincoln cent has remained largely unchanged since it was first introduced in 1909, and it was the most widely circulated coin in the United States. At first glance, the 2012 penny appeared to be just another iteration of a coin that had been in circulation for over a century. However, what made this particular coin remarkable was a flaw in the production process that resulted in a unique and highly sought-after error. The story begins in the mint's automated minting machines, which were responsible for stamping the design onto the coins. These machines are incredibly precise and efficient, but on occasion, they malfunction. When they do, the results can range from minor issues to catastrophic mistakes. In this case, the machines encountered a problem during the coin's production, resulting in a significant anomaly that would later be identified as a double die error. A double die error occurs when a coin's design is struck twice by the dies used to imprint it. This results in an image that appears to be doubled, with one strike misaligned from the other. Double die errors are not entirely uncommon in coin production, but the degree of the error varies. Most double die coins have only a slight misalignment that is noticeable only upon close inspection. However, in the case of the 2012 1-cent coin, the error was far more pronounced, creating a second, faint design impression that could be seen clearly under the right lighting conditions. The mistake was significant enough to make the coin appear unlike any other penny in circulation. While the average observer might have dismissed the coin as just another oddity, it was clear to numismatists that this particular piece was something special. The combination of the double die error and the fact that the coin was part of a mass-produced run made it an incredibly rare find. In numismatics, rarity is one of the most critical factors that determine a coin's value. The more unusual a coin is, the higher the potential demand from collectors, especially those who specialize in error coins. As word began to spread about this strange and rare coin, collectors began to take an interest. It wasn't long before the 2012 1-cent coin with the double die error was being discussed in online forums, auction houses, and collector circles. What had once seemed like an insignificant and flawed penny now became the subject of intense scrutiny. Investors and collectors alike saw the potential for significant value in this seemingly ordinary coin. After all, numismatic history is filled with stories of coins that were once dismissed as worthless but later became highly valuable due to rare production errors. This particular coin seemed to follow that very same pattern. By 2014, the demand for the 2012 1-cent coin with the double die error had grown exponentially. Coins with similar errors in the past had sold for high prices, but none had garnered as much attention as this one. Auction houses, aware of the rising interest, began featuring the coin in their catalogs, with some even describing it as a potential, once-in-a-lifetime, find. As the auction date approached, speculation about the coin's value reached a fever pitch. Many collectors believed that the coin could sell for millions of dollars, but few could have anticipated the final price. In 2015, the coin was auctioned off by one of the world's leading numismatic organizations, drawing a crowd of wealthy collectors, investors, and historians. The atmosphere at the auction was electric, as the bidding began to rise quickly. The coin's significance had already been well established, and now, it was clear that the market for rare and valuable error coins was more competitive than ever before. As the bidding continued, the price of the 2012 1-cent coin soared higher and higher, eventually reaching an astronomical $644 million. The sale of the coin set a new record for the most expensive coin ever sold at auction, and the numismatic world was left in awe. To many, this was a once-in-a-lifetime sale, reminder of how the world of rare coins can turn even the most ordinary objects into treasures of extraordinary value. The record-breaking price of the 2012 1-cent coin left many in the numismatic community stunned, but it also solidified its place in history as one of the most valuable coins ever created. But what made the coin so valuable? It wasn't just the era that made the coin rare, it was the unique combination of factors that came together to create an object of immense historical and financial worth. First and foremost, the rarity of the double die era made the coin highly sought after by collectors. There was also the historical context of the 2012 minting, as the coin was the last of its kind to feature the traditional Lincoln cent design before a redesign was planned for the following years. As a result, it became an even more symbolic and significant artifact. Moreover, the coin's incredible price was driven by the sheer demand from collectors and investors who saw an opportunity to own a piece of American numismatic history. The sale of the 2012 1-cent coin did not only have an impact on the world of coin collecting, it also raised public awareness of the potential financial rewards of numismatics, inspiring a new generation of collectors to look more closely at their own collections. People who had once regarded coins as mere pocket change began to realize that there were treasures hidden in their own homes, coins that could potentially fetch millions of dollars if discovered to have rare or valuable characteristics. As a result, the coin market boomed, with auction houses, dealers, and collectors all vying for the next big find. While the 2012 1-cent coin remains the most expensive coin ever sold, its story is not unique in the world of rare coins. Throughout history, many coins that were initially overlooked or undervalued have eventually been recognized for their rarity and significance. Some coins are valuable because they were minted in limited quantities, others because they were struck with errors or flaws, and still others because of their historical importance. The world of numismatics is filled with stories of forgotten coins that have been rediscovered and transformed into fortunes. The 2012 1-cent coin will forever be remembered as one of the most iconic coins in numismatic history. Its extraordinary journey from a simple penny to a multi-million-dollar treasure serves as a testament to the unpredictable and fascinating world of coin collecting. It is a reminder that even the most unassuming objects can hold incredible value, and that the pursuit of rare and unique items can lead to some of the most remarkable discoveries in history. The legacy of the 2012 1-cent coin will continue to inspire collectors, investors, and historians for generations to come, ensuring that its place in the annals of numismatic history is secure.